Microsofts vd Steve Ballmer är i Stockholm för att berätta om hur Microsoft ska bli ännu vassare på att vara en kanal för framtidens marknadsföring. Över 200 personer är på väg att bänka sig här på Grand Hotel i Stockholm för att lyssna på Steve Ballmer, hur de ska möta hotet från Google och hur de ska kunna använda sina kanaler för att nå ut med ett budskap framöver.
Välkommen. Well, I'm excited to have a chance to be here with you today. We made an executive decision, actually two big executive decisions. Number one, I'm going to be short with my opening remarks in order to have more time for discussion, question, and answer. And number two, I'll make my opening remarks without PowerPoint slides, which is almost sort of a religious experience for a Microsoft person, but it'll allow me maybe to go through a couple ideas, couple themes for you quickly, and then have a chance to really open up for discussion. I think it probably makes sense for me to give you a little bit of a sense of how and why we're here. I mean, at the end of the day, I think a lot of people can fairly say to me, hey, Steve, please tell me your strategy, because we're in more areas and doing more things than most folks in our business. We were started on a simple principle. When Bill Gates and Paul Allen started Microsoft, they thought microprocessors were incredible, almost a form of free intelligence, and they said, we want to do all the software for those. And so the basic proposition was software and hardware were different businesses, and we wanted to be the leading company whose competence was software. And that took us initially into what I would call our computer on every desk and in every home phase. And that phase isn't over. There's still only about 1 billion personal computers on the planet. We think that number is going to continue to grow. It's going to grow in developed markets. It's going to grow in emerging markets. But we continue to work on that. And I'd say most people know us for Windows and Office and what has often been called our desktop business. About 17 years ago, we started, though, saying, how do we apply software and microprocessors to change the way corporations run themselves? And we built a server and tools business. And it didn't happen overnight. Painful, long-term, drive, work. We got told for many years we weren't going to succeed, kept going. It's important. This applies to advertising too. And we had to really work on it. But eventually, with the power of the microprocessor and great software, we built the largest enterprise software business in the world, which has been fantastic. The next two places that this notion of software and the microprocessor have taken us is really more in the last 6 years. And that's to the world of online information and communications and advertising, which is kind of one idea. And secondly, to the idea of devices smaller and bigger than a PC in which you might want some intelligence. Think of the TV and think of the phone. And these are two businesses that, like our enterprise business, we may need to work at for a number of years. There's some established companies doing a good job, and yet we think the amount of innovation, whether it's on the desktop, in the enterprise, in the world of online, or in new devices, the amount of innovation is going to be absolutely phenomenal. As soon as we got interested in the world of online, we really kind of started out, I would say, with mail. And that probably goes back 10 years ago now that we first got into the online mail business. Mail, instant messaging, communications. We started building out a portal site in this country and in many other countries around the world. We started collecting revenue for advertising. We were a little bit slower than we ought to have been to really jump on the opportunity in search, but we'll keep working. I told you that theme would come back. And in a sense, all of these are part of what I would call the process of the digitization of all the world's information and communication. All the world's information and communication will be consumed digitally over the course of the next 10 years. I fully believe that. You could tell me I'm a bit extreme, but I don't think we will watch video signals that aren't delivered digitally, in which IP networks and communications can surround and extend and expand what we think of today as the TV experience, the voice experience, the video conferencing experience, reading books, newspapers, magazines, digital, 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 digital. I believe that. We're working on some of the underlying technologies to make that easier. Reading technologies, writing technologies, presentation technologies. Our new Silverlight technology is consistent with that strategy. And we're trying to support and enable that kind of innovation. That's a part. A part of that, though, will be also the digitization of advertising. And when you think about the evolution of advertising, it's more than things which are not digital today become digital. It's far more than that. What we do envision, and what I think looks inevitable at this stage, is you will have these large advertising services in the cloud. And anybody who wants to sell advertising or anybody who wants to buy advertising will be able to kind of register themselves with the service in the cloud, much the way buyers and sellers register with eBay today, much the way search advertising works today. But essentially, this service will know a lot about users, properly respecting privacy, regulation, and everything else, but it'll know a lot about users and have very complex and sophisticated algorithms to help buyers and sellers who are looking for each other find themselves. And whether it's products like our Windows Live Mail, our portal, somebody else's newspaper, all of these, if you will, applications of digital media will sit on top of advertising and a transaction platform, since I don't think all of the world's information will be available in an ad-funded way. Some of these experiences will wind up being charged for on a transaction or subscription basis. So as we sit in front of you here today, I think we sit here with two hats on. One hat is a company that has today, through MSN and Windows Live, a set of audiences that we are making available, if you will, for sale. Number two, we are one of the 2 or 3 companies on the planet that are actually trying to build one of these large advertising platforms on which we think not only our own products will sit, but also many other publishers' inventory will be made available to you. And, oh, by the way, number 3, the creative sides of the house in all of your agencies are going to be exploring with new media formats, new creative types, new use of video and animation, and we think we're a core technology provider for the designers and developers who are actually building the creative side of the digital advertising that you do. There's a lot of debate and discussion in the world about how effective is digital, what is digital effective for. I actually don't think the debate really is about digital advertising, since I think all ads will be digital in the next 10 years. I think the real debate and discussion is for the time and things that people do online today, what does digital advertising work best for? Brand building, actual transaction initiation, and the truth is we think already the time people are spending online lends itself to a variety of different marketing approaches and tactics to people who are spending their time in front of computer screens. But the day your TV is your computer screen, of course, is a day when we'll just have to say all marketing approaches will work through all of these digital means. So with that as a little bit of a backdrop, 50,000 feet, very high level, kind of conceptual. Why don't we open up for questions, comments, discussions. I can tell I got the after lunch spot. I can see a number of people's eyes rolling back in their head, so I'm going to try to keep this lively.